I got my first brand deal of May of 2023. I only had like 13,000 followers at the time, and it basically changed my life. But before that, I was starting to make internet money and I knew it was real. So in 2019, I was a professional Fortnite player. My first event was WSOE 3. It was a $100,000 tournament in Redondo Beach, California. Played against all the best pros at the time, right? So that was setting the stage for me, watching these people make 50 grand in front of my eyes. Literally, I was there. I watched Season Elevate like play that tournament. I watched Myth. I watched all these guys who were making unreal money from playing Fortnite. And I was there. I was a grand finalist, but I was tied for last place. So even though I had the mental fortitude and the dedication and the time and all that to get there, it didn't pan out for me. So it made me want it that much more because I was like, these guys are doing it, but they're doing it in the way that's best for them. Maybe Fortnite isn't best for me. So I was at college. I was at Clemson, and I started doing content because it kind of hit me that like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be working a normal job unless I figure out some other way to make money, right? So I didn't really want to work a normal job because ultimately I wanted to live in a place like this where I have a balcony that is longer than most people's apartment, right? So in order to do that, you can't just work a normal job because you're never going to be able. It's impossible. You have to make 3x your income. Like your rent, it has to be a third of your income, right? So I was like, technically, I'll never be able to afford this because I pay 4,500 a month for this apartment. Now that means my normal salary job would have to be like 12 grand plus. Would never happen. So I started doing content because I was like, I tried Fortnite, tried basketball, tried all these things. Let's get into content. So what I ended up doing was doing fitness content in start of 2022. And I did that posting 2-3 times a day for like a year until finally in May of 2023, I had a breakthrough. I'd been posting Whoop, the fitness wearable and fitness trainer. I used it all the time. It was my favorite wearable, favorite fitness related device thing ever. I tagged Whoop on my Instagram story 10 plus times until I made a video, a product review on TikTok, basically saying like, hey, I've been using this for 2 years. It's the best thing ever. Here's why, listed all the things out. And then I was like, but I don't really need it anymore because I've literally learned everything there is to know about my body, my sleep pattern, etc. It's not like I drink alcohol. I know that's bad for you, but I posted that video and then I got a DM from them on Instagram the next day saying, hey, what's the best business email to contact you? You know, we want to discuss something with you. I was like, all right, cool. Like, that's kind of weird. Maybe they're going to send me free stuff. Like maybe I'll get a free band. And they sent me an email and the title of it was like Owen and Whoop paid partnership collaboration or something like that. And I was like it blew my mind, you know? And so I texted one of my friends on TikTok. His name's JD Runsfar, Johnny Davies. He's like a Lululemon athlete now, tons of followers, runs like all throughout the UK. Really cool guy, like really smart guy, right? So I'm like, bro, what on earth do I tell Whoop? Like, what do I ask for price wise? He's like, just give them a package. Say you'll do one post for like $750 or $500, and then discount like a 3 or 4 post package. So I sent them like, I'll do one video for $500, or I'll do 4 for $1,500. That was like, I was like, dude, if they say yes to this, I'm gonna be making like $1,500 a month. That's crazy. That's like half of what I was making for my sales job, right? So they messaged me back and they're like, actually, that sounds fine. We would actually like to add more videos. And what are your rates for UGC videos? And I was like, I don't even know what UGC is. Like, you mean I'm not just going to post to my main account? Like, what is UGC? So UGC, long story short, is user generated content. It's when the person makes a video, submits it to a brand or a company or whatever, and they use it as an ad or they use it on their own socials. So I made that video, the UGC videos. I made it for them, and I told them the UGC price is going to go up. It's going to be like 750 or 1,000. I forget what I said, but basically we negotiated, went back and forth, and to my surprise, they actually thought those were good prices. They didn't push back. They didn't negotiate. They're like, sounds good. We're going to do 5 videos for $3,750 every month. And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? How did I just go from working a sales job, making $3,500 a month salary, to now working with Whoop, my favorite brand ever, by the way. I've been wearing them and posting them religiously just because I like them for 2 years. And now I'm working with them, and I'm making more with them only doing 5 videos a month than I was with my sales job. Like, does anyone, like, it was so crazy to me. I was so thankful for it, but I ended up losing that brand deal. Yeah, I did lose that brand deal. And here's why. So for 6 months, I was doing that contract with them. It was great. Things went well. At the end of the 6-month period, they sent me a renegotiation thing. They had like cut off one UGC video and cut off one normal video, but I got a 20% raise in my rates for the video. So it's pretty much worth it. Money was pretty much the same. I was making a little over like $3,000 with less work. So I was like, cool, that still makes sense to me. On top of this, I realized that internet money was real and you could just make money from making videos online. So I was like, I'm making more for my sales job. Let me just get a couple more deals. So I started working with other brands like Lulu, Kane Footwear. I've been partnering with an agency, so they would give me deals. So I've worked with like a ton of brands, right? So I added up all these brands, making like 10, 15K, whatever. Like that was much better for me than working my sales job. So I left the sales job in August of 2023. All right, that was the trolley. I think it's done now. So in August of 2023, I left my sales job on the 22nd day. That was the exact same day that I joined my job. I literally waited until it was exactly a year to leave. Was making good money from social media, creator rewards program came out, et cetera, started doing well, and now I'm here. But the way I lost that brand deal with Whoop, which was, again, like, I loved it. It's because after the 6 months, I was already burnt out. Then I did a 3-month contract extension. And I was like, man, I'm getting burnt out of doing all these videos, right? And then I did, like, at the end of that 3-month extension, I got another 20% raise for each of my rates. And then I got a 6-month contract extension with them. So it's basically like a year and 3 months in total. But I never finished that year and 3 months in total because a couple months into my new contract, the newest one, the most recent one at the beginning of this year, I got in some online beef. I got in some online drama. And I said some things that were not too polite. And because of that, I lost my brand deal. You know, it was important for me to see that if you work for brands, you can make really good money. But the downside, the catch is that you're basically an employee or a spokesperson for them, and you can't say what you want to say. So if you're trying to grow on social media and talk about trends and that sort of thing, which I was very much trying to do, then you can't also be a spokesperson for a brand. So it's hard to grow and to be a spokesperson for a brand. That's why you see NFL players, NBA players, etc. They do exactly what they're told to do and told to say. They don't want any part of drama because they make way more money. Like they're making $100 million. They're not gonna say anything wrong to put that in jeopardy. You know, for me, if I'm like, if I lose 3-4K a month from a brand deal from like something I say online, then fine. It doesn't really matter. If you guys want details about what I said online, I basically got in an argument. They didn't actually give me any clarity. We're gonna have a review and go over stuff, but then they basically were like, oh, like 1 second, like we want to like take this a little bit deeper and make sure we're like doing all of our research. I waited a couple weeks to hear back from them, and then they sent me a letter saying, contract's been terminated for not having the best public image, basically. And I was like, well, that's crazy. Like not even a call from you guys. I've made literally so many videos. We worked together for over a year, and you guys are just gonna dump me. That's just reality. Like they don't owe me anything, That's just how it is. In fact, I've used Whoop as a stepping stone to all these other brands, so I feel like I'm still in debt to them. So thank you, Whoop, for literally making my career. It's fire. Because now I know everything about UGC. The whole reason I got contract rates at increases with you guys and more brand deals because I make high converting, high ROAS videos. I just do. I figured it out. After a year plus 2 years of doing something, another year of doing content. Started YouTube when I was like 10, by the way, for Call of Duty teams. I've been in content my whole life. I've been interested always how to grow, maintain socials, etc. YouTube's new to me. Don't necessarily know what I'm doing. I'm taking my short form philosophy and plugging it into YouTube. My short form philosophy I derived from Mr. Beast's long form videos. For instance, Mr. Beast would always say your thumbnail is basically why your video will get views. If people don't click on it, then it's not a good thumbnail, right? So I was like, oh, I guess that's all it is. So on TikTok, when you scroll, your very first frame of your video is just like a thumbnail on YouTube. There's going to be text on the screen. You hope the background's good. You want it to be engaging, and you want there to be text on the screen that tells you exactly what the video is going to be about. Once you have all those things, then you can you'll have a higher click-through rate or a higher average watch time is how it would be on social media, right? So that's what I did is I was like, okay, I'll just put text on screen that tells people exactly what it is. I'll put numbers in there so it has a concreteness effect. I'm not going to try to like trick people, be like, did you guys know this? That's text on screen because that's boring. No one cares. We want to see something and be like, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to watch further. And then I learned how to cut out like the first 10 seconds or the first sentence of my video. For instance, when you're writing a hook, you're like, these are the 3 ways where you can, I'm skipping that video every time. But if you are already into the video, like, you know, like the first hook that you're making is probably not good on short form. You can literally just delete that from the video, whatever you think is good, and just get into the video. That's what I do. I picked it up from this girl who goes to Duke, who does like social media classes. I forget her name, but I took a coaching lesson from her one time, like literally 2 or 3 years ago, for like $300 for an hour. Like, I thought it was a scam, but I was like, it's worth it because I'm going to learn from her. So I did learn from her, and I have invested in myself. It's why I have a nice camera. It's why I have a nice apartment. It's why I have 6 employees on my team now, helping me with content, helping me with, you know, my business now, which is getting creators brand deals, because I got burnt out. You know, I was only so many videos, so many brands I could work with. So that's basically where I'm at now. All I do is take creators and plug them into these brands. You know, I mean, I'm on the phone. I have a call with an NFL player that has a brand. He wants creators from me. Like, stuff like that is crazy, and I don't take it for granted. But that all came because of content. Like, every time I film a YouTube video, it's the highest leverage activity that I do every day. Because from this video, let's say I had a video a week ago, like get like 2,000 views, right? From that, I got 100 people go to my Instagram that were interested in what I do, the content I do, my story, etc. And because of that, that's 100 people that, you know my story from that YouTube video, that are interested in my business, that, you know, want to either help me out or learn from me or become a creator for me and make money. So like, posting this video is so much greater than calling people and just being like, hey, like, how's it going? I'm doing this. Do you know anyone? No, you post a video and people will try to help you from the video. It's extremely high leverage. And I'm not even really getting into like how high leverage it is, but that is how I lost my brand deal with Whoop. I'm not really doing much brand deals at all anymore. There was a brand recently that reached out to me and they wanted like $1,000 for a video, something like that. So I said yes, still waiting to hear back. But in the reality, I had a lot of brand deals. I cut about, you know, 7-8 grand a month in brand deals off because I believe in my business so strongly, and I believe in getting creators connected with brands. And I just believe in affiliate and the creator economy. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm about to go to the Sabrina Carpenter concert tonight. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to Sabrina tonight. It's my girlfriend and I, and should be fun. But anyways, hope you guys have a good one. Later.